Hello, and welcome to Mr. C's presentation on multiplying with decimals. If you already know how to do big number multiplication, multiplying with decimals, the only thing you gotta know is where to put the point, right? There's a decimal point in all numbers that have decimals. So once you get good with lattice multiplication, that's what I use, and that's what my students use. Once you get good with lattice, doing a lattice with decimals is easy, I think. So ask it, why do we need to know this? Well, first of all, it is easy. If you already know how to multiply, then multiplying with decimals is a teeny tiny little step further, okay? Secondly, it's going to help you when you're shopping. Why? Money, a lot of times money deals with decimals, decimal points, little pieces of money, quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies. Those are all decimals. So if you know how to multiply with decimals, it could help you when you're doing some big shopping trips. And we're going to use an example of that in a moment. And finally, as I said before, decimals are very closely linked to fractions and percents. So if you know how to multiply decimals, it might help you later on when you're trying to multiply fractions and percents. Okay? So let's do it. Come on. Come along with me. We're going to do this. And we're going to not do it the easy way this time. We're using a word problem. That's right. Read this with me while I read it out loud. Vicente went shopping with his mom. She brought $45 with her. She wants to buy 20 bags of Takis that cost $1.75 each. Does she have enough money? Explain your answer. Okay, well, first let's find the math problem in this gigantic question. She has 45 bucks. Okay. She wants 20 bags of Takis. Okay. Each of those bags is going to cost $1.75. Okay. I've found a math problem. Did you? Let's see. So, we've got 20 bags of Takis. Okay. And each one of those bags costs $1.75. So we're going to have 20 groups of $1.75. I know how to do group math, right? When you're talking about groups, we're talking about multiplication. So we're going to pay $1.75 20 times, right? I mean, if you want to think of it that way, 20 different groups of $1.75. So that's going to give us how much 20 bags of Takis cost. Well, is that the question? Not really. When we find that answer, it's going to help us to answer the real question, which is she going to have enough money if she brought 45 bucks? So is that answer less than or equal to $45? That's the real question. So let's go about finding this answer. And then we can see, okay, does she have enough or no, she doesn't. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. We're going to multiply this just how we would if we were doing regular lattice multiplication without the decimal point. So let's build our lattice. If you don't know how to do lattice, you're going to want to check out my video on lattice. You'll be able to find it very easily on YouTube. Once you know how to do lattice multiplication, come back and finish watching this video. Okay, so we've got 20 times 175. Okay, this should be familiar for all of you that know how to do lattice. Let's underline all of our numbers here. Let's do our sidebars here. And then let's cut the corners. Let's cut these corners. And these corners. And these ones here. All right, now our basic computations. Oh, this row is going to be easy. 0 times 1, 0. 0 times 7, 0. 0 times 5, 0. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 7, 14. And 2 times 5 is 10. Okay? So the 0 drops out the bottom. 0 plus 0. Don't think too long on that one. 0. 0 plus 4 plus 1 is 5. And 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have our answer, or we almost have our answer, 3,500. Except we're dealing with decimals. Look, there's a decimal point in the question, and we haven't really addressed that yet in the answer. This is how you do it. You count the numbers that are behind the decimal point, or the decimal points if there's two, in the question? Well, we only have one decimal point in the question. So we just count the number of digits that are back there. 1 digit, 2 digits, 2. And then we go down to our answer, and we plug a decimal point in 2 digits to the left. 1, 2. That's where our decimal point's going to go. So our answer to 20 times 1.75, or 1 75/100ths, is 35.00. It's going to cost her $35 to get 20 bags of Takis. Now let's answer the second part of the question. Okay, it's going to cost 35. Well, she has 45. Does she have enough? And then explain. Yes, she has enough, right? Because she will only spend how much money? Did you say 35 bucks? Because that's what we just figured out. She will only spend $35. If you want, you could even put the decimal point, right? That's showing she's not going to spend any cents, right? No dimes and no pennies. So she's only going to spend $35 on 20 bags. Woohoo! We've answered the question. I'm even going to put an exclamation point because I'm excited. We've answered the question, right? We did our computation. We answered the question, yes, and we explained ourselves. She's only going to spend 35 bucks on 20 bags. Whew. Word problems are tough, but with some practice, we can decode them, find the math sentence that's in there or the number sentence that's in there, and then answer it like we did here. Okay? I'm going to have you try, or we're going to try one more together, but not a word problem. Okay? We're going to do it again, but this time we're just going to have the numbers. Okay? So let's go ahead and start out by setting up our lattice. 1, 4, 5. Underline that. Sidebar 3, 9, 1. Underline. Do our sidebars here. And then let's cut these corners. Okay, do our computations. 5 times 3, 15. 5 times 9, 45. See if you can answer these before I do. 5 times 1, 5. That one was easy. 4 times 3, 12. Did you beat me? Did you really beat me? 4 times 9, 36. 4 times 1 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 9 is 9. And 1 times 1 is 1. All right, let's change my color real quick. Let's drop these down the hills. The 5 falls out the bottom. 5 plus 4, 9. Okay, here I'm going to go 6 plus 4 first because I know that's 10. Then 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. Put down the 6. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Plus 2 is 4. Plus 3 is 7. Plus 9 is 16. Put down the 6. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Plus 3 is 5. Okay, so now we're going to go back and count the numbers behind the decimal points, or count the number of digits behind the decimal point. Look, here's a decimal point here. So we've got 1, 2 digits here. I'll circle them for you. 1 digit, 2 digits. But here's another decimal point. This is what I wanted to show you. Sometimes there's decimals in both sides of our computation here, or on both sides of the multiplication sign. So on this side, we have another one. Look, this is behind the decimal point too. So this time when we're counting, we're going to count 1, 2, 3. And we're going to start here and go 1, 2, 3. This time the decimal point goes here, okay, because it's 3 digits to the left. Okay, see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then when we write our answer, we're just going to write it exactly like that. 56.695. Do you see? Do you understand? Can you prove that you understand? If you don't, maybe back it up and watch me do this again. Otherwise, I want you to prove it. Okay? We're going to explain what we learned first, though. Okay? What did we learn? Well, multiplying decimals is kind of similar to big number multiplication. We still build a lattice. All we have to do is count digits now and put a decimal point in where it belongs. Not that hard. Secondly, if you know how to do this stuff, maybe it can help you while you're shopping or buying things. All right? I don't know. Try it out sometime. Next time you go to the store, try to be a brainiac for your mom or your dad or your grandma or, I don't know, your big sister, whoever's taking you. And then finally, we're going to be able to use this later. So if you understand a few things about decimals, you can translate that to fractions and percents as well. Okay? So now, try it. Show me how big your brain is. Oh no, Mr. C, not a word problem. Yes, a word problem. Okay, Vanessa brought $20 to the snack cart after school. She wants to buy 30 peanut butter bars that cost 75 cents each, or $0.75 each. Does she have enough money? Explain your answer. It's very similar to our last problem, so let's see if you can do it. All right, and then I'm going to give you a couple more with just numbers. 626 and 2/100 times 3 and 33/100. And then the last one. I know, you're so tired of doing work. 71 and 1/10 times 44 and 9/100. All right, good luck. When you're finished, check your answers with a calculator. If you're having trouble with the word problem, call your teacher over or ask a friend or, I don't know, somebody there who may be able to help you out. And practice this because that's how you're going to get better. Okay? I hope this helped. I'll see you next time.